This is the High School Football Roundup podcast for Thursday, November 3rd, 2016. I'm Walter Johnson. As this is the last week of the regular season for teams in the Georgia High School Association, or GHSA, I'm going to quickly give you the playoff scenarios involving the teams in our area. And start quickly with GHSA Region 17A. And the region champion has already been decided. It was decided last week, in fact, on Friday, October 28th, as the Colquitt County Packers defeated the Lowndes Vikings 42-35. And the Packers from Moultrie will be the number 1 seed in Region 17A. And the Vikings, while the Vikings from Valdosta will be the number 2 seed. And really not much to repeat here. With 17A and the consolation game has Tift County and Camden County squaring off down in Kingsland, Georgia, right above the Florida state line near Jacksonville. And both teams are 1-2 in the region, with Tift 5-4 overall, and Camden County just 2-6 overall. And just that simple. Winner goes to the playoffs, loser goes home. And moving right along, how about Region 16A and the Lee County Trojans? And travel to Douglas to face Coffee at Jardine Stadium. And it's just that simple for Lee County. And if they win, they're in. And if they were to lose, and Lee County can still get into the playoffs, but they would need some help. And Valdosta goes to Houston County. And tomorrow, on Friday, November 4th, if Valdosta, whose Wildcats have won the Region 16A crown with a 15-10 victory over Coffee last week, can defeat Houston County, and the Bears will be eliminated from playoff contention. So this is basically a playoff game for Houston County, and this is the Bears playoff game, the Houston County Bears playoff game, and Houston County already accomplished one half of the equation that they would need to solve to get into the playoffs. That was a knockoff north side of Warner Robins, where their rivals 45-35. That was the final score in that game last week. So again, if Lee County can beat Coffee, they're in the playoffs, no matter what happens with Valdosta and Houston County. But this is the playoffs. These are the playoffs for Houston County at this point. In Houston County, so for Houston, a win and they're in. And here's the thing. If Houston County beats Valdosta, the loser of the Coffee Lee County game is out. So that would leave Northside, Houston County, and the Coffee Lee winner in a 3-way tie. And then that 3-way tiebreaker for the potential 3-way tie would be points given up in region play after the tie is broken. Next tiebreaker would be head-to-head. And how about quickly in GHSA Region 15A, Thomas County Central hosts Harris County, while Warner Robins is at Bainbridge. And it's just that simple for the Yellow Jackets. Beat Harris County, and they'll be the region champions in 15A. And that's no matter what happens with the Warner Robins Bainbridge game. And Bainbridge will be at home for that contest. And Warner Robins, and if Thomas County Central were to lose to Houston County, then the winner of the Warner Robins Bainbridge game would be the region champion. And Thomas County Central, Bainbridge, and Warner Robins all tied for first. 3 ways at 2-1 in region. Variance is 2-2. And the Warhawks out of Kathleen, Georgia, finished their regular season last week, losing to Warner Robins 18-13. And just that simple for TCC. And a win over Harris County would give the Yellow Jackets the region title. And which would mean the winner of the Warner Robins Bainbridge game would finish second, and the loser would finish third. And Thomas County Central's already defeated Bainbridge and Warner Robins. And moving on to 1-4A, and the Cable Syrup Makers won the region crown after crushing Columbus 42-6 last week. And Westover of Albany plays Shaw Thursday night, November 3rd, which is tonight, as this podcast is being recorded live on Spreaker. And listening right now on Twitter at SWGA Network. And Westover has lost 3 in a row, but the Patriots from Albany can still get in. They still have a slim shot getting in the playoffs. But basically, Westover will not only have to beat Shaw, but probably have to win handily. And even there, well, Westover would need a lot of help, which would mean Americus would have to lose to Columbus, and then Hardaway would have to lose to Carver. Columbus and Hardaway and Carver play on Thursday night, which is tonight. Again, this is being recorded live. And moving right along to Region 1 AAA, and Crisp County and Worth County will battle for the region title. And both teams are 3-0 in GHSA Region 1 AAA. And both the Cougars and the Rams will square off in Sylvester this week. And Crisp County and the Cougars from Cordele, Georgia, are undefeated at 9-0 overall, and just one win away from completing an undefeated regular season. And while the Rams are 6-3 overall, and it's just that simple with Crisp County and Worth County, where that game will be the region champion and will finish first, and the loser will come in second. Either way, both Crisp County and Worth County are guaranteed at least one playoff game at home, which would be the first round. And then the battle for the final 2 spots, however, are still up for grabs. And Monroe's at home against Cook on Friday at Hugh Mills Stadium. And basically, and the only way for Monroe to get into the postseason, to get to the playoffs, is to knock off Cook. And that would then create a 3-way tie for the last 2 playoff spots. And if Cook wins, and the Hornets would be the number 3 seed out of 1 AAA, and Darty would be the number 4 seed by virtue of its 21-14 win over Monroe on October 8th. That was a Saturday night at Hugh Mills Stadium. And that was Darty would win the head-to-head tiebreaker. And then the tiebreaker would be the amount of points allowed versus the teams tied in playoff position. And Darty, whose regular season ended with a 42-6 loss to Crisp County, has allowed 43 points so far, and Monroe has allowed 14, while Cook has allowed 20. So basically, that means if Monroe scores less than 24 points in a victory over Cook, the Tornadoes will be the number 3 seed, while Cook will be the 4 seed. However, if Monroe scores 24 more points in potential victory over Cook, then it would be Darty as the number 3 seed. Because keep in mind, Darty beat Monroe back on October 8th. And the Tornadoes will be relegated to the number 4 seed. And whoever comes out, whoever gets those final 2 spots out of Region 1 AAA, of course, will be on the road. And how about Class AA, GHSA Region 1 AA, and the region, the de facto region title game is set for tomorrow night as the Purple Hurricanes play host to the Bulldogs. Fitzgerald Purple Hurricanes play host to the Thomasville Bulldogs. Both teams are 4-0 in region. Fitzgerald at 8-1 overall, and Thomasville at 5-3 overall after a slow start. So just that simple. And the winner of the Thomasville Fitzgerald game will be the Region 1AA champion and get the number 1 seed, and the loser will be the number 2 seed while finishing second. And Brooks County at home against Berrien. And both Brooks and Berrien are 2-2 in region. And the Trojans from Quitman, Georgia, 6-3 overall, and the Rebels out of Nashville, Georgia, set at 4-4 overall. And just like with Thomasville and Fitzgerald, is the de facto consolation game in 1AA is kind of simplistic. And winner finishes 3rd, loser finishes 4th. And both teams will be on the road for the first round of the playoffs, regardless of the outcome. And moving on to Class A, or Single A, even 1A, if you will. And the classification uses the power ranking system for the public schools in GHS in Region 1 Single A. And Mitchell County will pay a visit to Pelham for not just for the local bragging rights, but also for a region championship and an automatic bid to the state playoffs. But even the team that loses will still have a shot at postseason play. So, and seeing Terrell County is at home against Randolph Clay. And while Miller County will travel to Seminole County. So, very, very tight race in Region 1 Single A at this point. And 5 teams separated by a full game. Mitchell County and Pelham 7-1 region. And Miller County, Randolph Clay, Terrell County, 3-way tie for 3rd at 6-2. So, so the big focus will be down in Pelham, Georgia, with the Pelham Hornets playing host to the Mitchell County Eagles. And quickly, and we're deep into, we got the GISA playoffs, and deep into November. And the GISA playoffs are already in the second round, in round 2. And in Class AAA, the Deerfield Windsor Knights from Albany are on the road again after pulling off the upset at Augusta Prep last week. And the Knights will travel to St. Simon's Island on the Georgia coast to face Region 2 the AAA champion Frederica out of the GISA, and then AA, the Region 3 champion there, Terrell Academy, AA, whose Eagles out of Dawson had a first round bye last week, will host Windsor Academy out of Macon. And while the region runner-up, Westwood, will head to Woodbury, Georgia, in the west central portion of the state to face Flint River Academy for the second time this year. And on that note, that's going to end this edition of the High School Football Roundup podcast for Thursday, November 3rd, 2016. I'm Walter Johnson, and remember to follow the Southwest Georgia Network on Twitter, the SWJ Network, for all things high school football. And as always, I thank you for listening, and may the best team win. Goodbye.